What up, y'all? It's Araneae Storm checking in for the Mercury sign series. And we are moving into Mercury and Gemini. For those of y'all, if this is your first time coming in, my name is Araneae Storm. I am a Cosmic Rootwork astrologer, as well as North Node. Here comes Mercury and Gemini. I am a Cosmic Rootwork astrologer that specializes in Mars activations as well as North Node and South Node consultations. So if you're interested in booking a reading with me, you can hit me up at araneastorm.wix.com/info. It's so Mercury and Gemini. What was my thought? Let me go back. Anyway, so welcome to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who's coming in. If this is whether you are Mercury and Gemini, you know somebody who has a Mercury and Gemini, or whether you're just coming to learn about astrology, this is the place for you. So, what's up? How you doing? Let's get into it. Mercury. What is Mercury? Oh my God, Mercury. Like I've been saying in all the other videos, I feel like Mercury just does not get enough shine like it should, y'all. It just doesn't get enough shine. We talk about the big three, we talk about our Venus signs, we talk about our Mars signs, but Mercury often gets left on the back burner. And I'm just so good. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Mercury is neutral. You know, this is the neutral sign, the neutral planet of the zodiac. It's ruled by Gemini, it's ruled by Virgo, and it's the way we think, it's the way we communicate, it's our siblings, it's the short trips that we take, it's your neighbor down the motherfucking street, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, this is that energy, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is also one of those things that you should know when it does come to how you do interact with people. I feel like, you know, if we're talking about just communication in general, I mean, because Mercury is that, it's just like, you gotta know how you communicate with people. It's like, why wouldn't you want to know? Not to say that people don't. I'm just saying this oftentimes, once again, like Mercury is kind of like, you know, whatever. Like, let's get into the Mercury. Like, I want to see what that Mercury talking about. You know what I mean? Definitely what that Mercury talking about. I feel like Mercury and Mars is like the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? When all the bullshit goes away and it's some real shit going down, Mercury and Mars is when you really get to know who a person is. Like, real talk. Moon too, but Mercury and Mars, that's the real fucking spill of a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Mercury and Gemini. Mercury and Gemini. Mercury and Gemini. Oh my God, Chatty Catty, what's going on? It's in its home sign. It's mutable air. It's in its home sign. It's like, oh my God, this is the best place I can ever be. I feel like it's the best place it can ever be, because it's like, oh my God. This is very much so big twin energy. You know what I mean? Very much so big twin energy. You know, what's really truth and what's really false, what's really real, what's really not. It is the duality of the yin and yang. You know what I mean? Mercury in Gemini, because it's in its home sign, is just like spewing information, downloads. It's very, you know what I mean? It loves conversation. It needs mental stimulation. You know what I mean? Like, Geminis can go on and on and on. Mercury and Geminis about any topic. The littlest things. This very small talk energy as well. You know, Mercury and Sagittarius will dig a little bit deeper. It'll go into the philosophy of things. It'll, you know, it'll do all that kind of stuff. But Mercury and motherfucking Gemini is like, oh, I could talk about this. I could talk about that. I could talk about a little bit of this. I could talk about a little bit of that. It's very much so that. Gets bored very, very easily. You know, sometimes a Mercury and Gemini will be talking about one thing, and then all of a sudden they'll forget it, start talking about another thing, then go back to the thing that they was talking about, because they're like, oh man, I remember that. Anyway, you know what I mean? Very much so that energy. Messages directly, divinely from source. So a Mercury and Gemini can definitely, because it's in its home sign, I mean, you're getting messages like downloads like instantly. Like, you have a direct connection to spirit. You have a direct connection to source. You can call these motherfuckers up on the phone and be like, yo, what's going down? 1 second. Okay. Are you alright? What time? No. Okay, cool. Done. Then it communicates the energy out to everybody else. Then it talks to you about what it, you know what I mean? What it just literally downloaded. Sometimes I feel like it's very easy for Mercury and Gemini to channel people, channel spirits, channel deities. So Mercury and Gemini is one of those people that they can pick up many different languages. They're very much so that energy, especially at a young age. They can pick up very many different languages, very many different accents, you know what I mean? Or sayings that people say or things like that. They spew those things out like that because they're always receptive to picking up so many things at once, multiple personalities. And this is not, in multiple personalities, when I say this is not a disorder to me. This is not a disease. This is not a whatever, a illness or a mental illness. It's just the fact that somebody's able to pick up on multiple spirits at once. And you have to understand and how to know how to ground your own energy. You have to understand and how to know how to understand the sense of self and who you are, so when these other energies do present themselves to you, and when these other entities, spirits, whatever you want to call it, do present themselves to you, you're aware of what's you or what's y'all, the twins, and you're aware of what's everybody else, because they will come to you and deliver a whole bunch of messages to you, and you're like, well, I don't know what to do with all of this shit. It's a lot. These are where like the writers, like y'all would make amazing writers, you know what I mean? Y'all are like the journalists, the on the news delivering the message, the radio hosts, the PR agents, you know what I mean? Because it's easy for Mars, it's easy for Mercury and Gemini to formulate words, the right things to say, the right things to do, you know what I mean, at the right given time, the right given moment. The finesse with the Mercury and Gemini is real. They can talk their way out of anything, and that's on what period. They could talk their way out of anything. Master fucking finesses, you know what I mean, when it comes to like getting out of things with their words alone, you know what I mean. They need challenge. They need a challenge. Like, if you're not able to keep up, because this is Mercury, like, so they can talk really, really, really fast. Once again, for everybody watching this and any other ones that I've already made, you have to check what is being aspected towards this Mercury, because it will definitely what's being aspected towards Mercury also was in the 3rd house, because that's also kind of forms like the whole scope of the ways in which you communicate. But for sure, you know what I mean, like, it's very, very quick pace, because their mental is going so fast. So what's going on in their mental, they might not even be able to communicate all of this shit out, because it's just so many fucking messages and so much mental energy going on at one time. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have to stay active. Y'all have to stay stimulated. And what I mean by that is, you need to be taking time to exercise. You know what I mean? You definitely need to be writing. You need to be, even if you're not writing for somebody else or like an article or a journal, you need your own goddamn journal. You need a dream journal, because you'll be getting messages sent to you through dreams. You know what I mean? Poetry. You know what I mean? I think the other side of this also too, because Gemini also is very much so when it comes to gossip and drama and things like that. I'm cleansing my system out, y'all. So if I'm coughing a lot, well, I lit the cinnamon, but if I'm coughing a lot, it's because I've been cleansing my system. So I don't know if you can see it, but my face been like doing this thing, breaking. Like, my system has been like, but anyway, that's besides the point. But yes, you need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to talk. You need to be able to also talk to people that really do, you know, expand your mind, expand your energy out. If you feel caged in, you could feel very, very depressed. If you're not expressing your emotions, because Mercury is about expression, if you're not able to express your emotions, you can get very depressed, because you need an outlet. You need some kind of fucking outlet. I don't even care what it is. It doesn't have to be anything that I've named, but you need a place where you're able to really express and honor the fact that you do have these messages. So I would definitely say the occult, arts would be something that's also something that would be good for you. I feel like psychology would be good for you. You know, being able to delve deeper into people's minds and kind of get, you know, I don't know why organizational behavior is coming up, but it is. But just, you need that. You need that. You're very intelligent. You have a lot to say, and you need to say what you need to say. This can definitely be a energy that's very blunt. You know what I mean? Because Gemini really doesn't have a filter for real. So, you know, they just kind of say what the fuck they say and let kind of people come to whatever conclusion that they need to come to. It's Gemini. What do y'all expect? I mean, for real. This is magician energy. This is trickster energy. So not every, I mean, we all encompass this energy, but you know, sometimes when it comes to the facts, Gemini, Mercury and Gemini, it's like, but is it the facts though? You know, I mean, it's open, it's mutable, it's air, so it's like, it's not that you're fixed to a particular thought or a process. And I think that's maybe what Mercury and Gemini is coming to teach us, is like, there's more than one side. Like, things are not black and white to a Gemini. Things evolve, things change, and I feel like Mercury communicates that to us. It's like, okay, well, it could be this, and maybe it could be this, and it could be this, and maybe it could be this, you know what I mean? But I think Mercury and Gemini has to understand also too, I think there's a balance that has to be made there. Like, you can definitely be open and receptive to other people's thoughts, but you have to learn how to ground yourself in a position, because you can get mixed up in everybody else's way of thinking and what they perceive to be real, what they perceive to be true, that you don't even have your own stance. You know what I mean? It can be very much so like Mercury and Libra. Like, you need to find your own and stand firm in that. And I think that's what mercurial energy can learn from fixed signs. It's like, you know, you got to be able to, you know, stand firm in what you know and stand firm in what you believe, and make it very clear as well. You know what I mean? But also being open and receptive as you are, being open to receptive to other people's opinions, other people's outlooks, other people's perspectives, because you know, we live in a world of that. That is what we are. That is what we know. But everybody knows, but that's what I know. God damn it. Channeling, like I said, multiple voices. You can go off on many tangents. And it's like, come here, Mercury and Gemini. Come back down. No, don't you go back up. We're right here. Come here, Mercury. What are we doing? I know somebody who has Mercury and Gemini. You probably could tell. I do. One of my family members real close to me. I definitely am aware. I'm like, oh, where are you going? Come here. Come back down. What was you saying? Because you started off saying this, and then you went over here, and then I had to come find you. Then you ran over here, and then I'm like, wait, what? So you just got to work with them. And if you understand that that's how they communicate, then you know, like, that's what's really, you know what I mean? Especially if you're just so used to being, like, direct, or you're just so used to being like, this is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, Mercury Gemini goes, you know what I mean? Very curious, very spontaneous. You know what I mean? They love to learn. Mercury and Gemini loves to learn new things. They love to learn multiple things at the same time. This is the type of energy that will be reading like 10 different books at the same time, but then telling you about this book, then telling you about this book, and then this fact. They're very much, this is the type of energy. Mercury and Gemini is the type of energy that'll be like, I bet you didn't know this. Whales are like they are like, they'll give you like little facts, you know what I mean, throughout the day or throughout the week or whatever, something that they just learned. They'll definitely put you on to some new shit. They'll definitely put you on to some new knowledge. They're also the type that'll put you on to a new artist, or, you know, did you hear this song, let me put you on it, because they're very expansive in that way. Like they can teach you or put you or open you up to new things. So it's really good energy, I feel like, to have. Just, you know, just to be able to be in a way that you're able to explore multiple things at the same goddamn time. So jack of all trades, Jill of all trades, whatever of all trades, you know what I'm saying? Like they know how to do and get into multiple things. Like I said, multitasking is their forte, so they're able to kind of dibble dabble, put their hands in multiple things, and there's no problems. You know, they'll bounce here, bounce over here, bounce back, come back, you know what I mean? Like it's that energy. Like I said, it needs to ground themselves in their own way of thinking, their own way of being, their own way of self, and then they're able to, you know, open up the floodgates and allow other people to bring their understanding to them, and still keep an open mind, and still be receptive, and still be, once again, expansive in what it is that they believe, and what it is other people, I guess you could say, believe to be true as well. So that's my analysis of Mercury and Gemini. You know what I mean? They like to also move a lot. They like to move around a lot. I definitely can say that. A lot. You know, this is the type of energy that will take that trip. You know what I mean? They will go on that quick road trip, you know, for a couple of days, and then come back feeling refreshed and renewed. You need that change of scenery. So, yeah. Don't try to tie them down. Do not try to tie them down, you know, when it comes to like this, them and their self-exploration, and just having like this youthful energy about them. Aries and Gemini are like the kids, they're like the children of the zodiac, so it's very youthful as well, youthful in its outlook in life. So yeah, that's my analysis of Mercury and Gemini. I hope y'all enjoyed that. My name is Araneae Storm. Once again, you can find me on all social media at Araneae Storm. And like I said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, it's araneaestorm.ways.com/info. And yeah, y'all, we're gonna move on to Mercury and Cancer to go ahead and wrap this week up, and I will see y'all soon.